Policy Committee to order, please. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Item 3, roll call determination of quorum. Mr. Lang.
Bill McIntosh,
Here.
Crystal Banucci,
Online.
Chris Yakubowski,
Here.
Jonathan Gerlach,
Here.
Janet Holmes,
Here.
Dante Diggs,
Present.
Drew Mullins,
Here.
Lori Hayes,
Here.
Meg Bomke,
Here.
Pamela Young, Greg Kenyon,
Here.
Robert Schneider. Capricorn.
Are you? Okay, so,
Yeah,
Mr. Chair.
and we just note that Supervisor Venuccia is participating online.
Right, but I think we need to validate that she's
Yeah.
actually there.
But
So,
Crystal, can you give us a heads up and let us know you're there?
She texted
Sorry,
me and said she's there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I had to press *6. I'm not used to having to do that. So yeah, I'm here.
oh, okay.
We can hear you.
Excellent, thank you. All right, item 4, approval of the agenda. I have a motion.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Aye.
Okay.
Was an aye, not.
Item 5, before we begin on the public involvement, I just want to share with members of the public who are here tonight, we're on a really tight time frame because we have to be out of this room by 6 o'clock to make room for GWRC. And according to the bylaws, the length of individual comments is actually at the chair's discretion. So I'd love to just get a show of hands of who plans to give a public comment tonight. And then I'm going to make a decision about how long those comments can be so that we can fit into our time. So can I just get a show of hands? So Mr. Watkins, anybody else planning to speak?
Just the one.
Just the one. And then we have 4 letters, but one of them is Mr. Watkins, and he asked to replace the letter with his speech.
That's
So
fine.
we have
So it's
3.
3.
That's 12 minutes. I think we can give everybody the full 3 minutes.
Okay.
Great. Mr. Watkins.
Okay. Again, Al Watkins with North County feedback member. In front of you is 3 pages, which obviously I'm not going to be able to read in its entirety. So I just want to kind of speak very quickly and kind of summarize this for you. Being that it's here and it's present, you will have the opportunity to read it in its entirety, which I hope you will be able to do. In the preface at the beginning, I just kind of set the stage and so forth. But one of the things I do talk about is that we understand that there's a very historical group of areas around where we are discussing the river crossing and environmental situations and so forth. And I would just like to point out that we have the opportunity, that those are not obstacles, but they're opportunities to actually involve the public in being able to experience, depending upon where we might put the roadway and so forth. For example, with the river crossing, where there's the area where the rock emplacements or where the Native Americans used to fish. Well, if the bridge was going to cross in that particular area, since there's a shared use path, you could have a bump out and you literally be able to use that educationally to talk to people about the history that we have in our area. And same thing could be done for cannon emplacements, people launching and everything else. The middle part of what I have given to you deals with the presentations that I had made to CEPA. There's a lot of information that's in the 747-page report, but there's very little that actually talks about what CPAC had done, other than when it's referenced in the periodicals and press that's at the end of the actual report. So I wanted you to have the opportunity to kind of summarize for you what CPAC had done so that you would be able to get everything done. Now, I had this from what's in front of you, and that's the 4th page, which talks about the attached documents that I had sent, which you can see on the screen right there. Being that you don't have access to them right now, oh, well, yeah, they are. But so if that's in your packet and you have the opportunity to look at it, this is the supporting documents for everything that's in the middle of what I have written. And then at the conclusion, I think it's, first of all, it's worthy to kind of see that information because it pertains to a lot of things that caused T-Tech to come up with the recommendation that I made. And then finally, at the end, I want you to consider that for example, if you're going to be funding a large project, one of the things we talked about last Monday here was the levels of service information that caused some concern even among this group last Monday. And there's other information in the middle of the attachments that will help you with that, to provide information. But I'm wondering if you're going to create a project of large scale and significance, knowing that only part of the region actually enjoys the benefit from like where we're gonna have, the southern and the western parts not really.
Your time is up, Mr. Watkins.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, thank you.
No problem.
Gotta keep it moving. All right, we have 3 letters, Mr. Lang, 3 remaining letters to be read.
This is from Alexander Long. Facts combined with the overwhelming needs to make the case for a new grid system, move north-south traffic, and provide efficiency to east-west traffic flows in the greater Fredericksburg region, which includes the city of Fredericksburg, Stafford, Spotsylvania, and outlying counties. The option C must be pursued as recommended. Graph for the growth of the Fredericksburg region. The common sense correlation between population growth and need for infrastructure, most especially transportation, is found in the 1989 book, Integrated Land Use and Transport Modeling, Decision Chains and Hierarchies by De La Barra, Thomas, Cambridge Urban and Architectural Studies, Series number 12. More people and commerce equate to the need to move more goods and people. It is noteworthy that the classic views of the Chinese Communist Party under Chairman Mao featured people dressed somewhat alike and riding bicycles. Today, the Chinese build breathtaking infrastructure, including bullet trains, soaring bridges, and probably part of the American capital was not advanced. Today, it seems America is mired in the inefficiencies of do-nothing bureaucracy wrapped in corrosive policy. Nothing gets done, especially when action is needed. There's an outstanding need to act now. Build a river crossing option C. The need is now. A headline from Potomac News, June 19, 2019 states, quote, back to the drawing board. New homes lie in the old proposed path at Fredericksburg I-95 bypass, end quote. Rick Morris. Once upon a time in the 1990s, a concept for a beltway around Fredericksburg was proposed. The first link was to be through the most congested part of the region. This scenario is eerily like the outer connector, opportunity teetering upon loss. Since the outer connector failed to win support, the corridors have been eaten up with development. Paths will be prolonged for this corridor. Congestion will eventually become strangulation for the region. Please note that for option C, a significant area, including easements and cultural resources, is marked for development. Moreover, a rezoning request is presently before Stafford County to rezone about 1,400 more residential units and thousands of square feet of commercial. If anything else, this river crossing project helps that proposed 1,400 plus residential unit development and would take a significant part of the future traffic loading off existing roads. Good for body and soul. Many studies prove that sitting for extended periods of time is harmful. Sitting in traffic will warp the mind and corrode the soul. People in a hurry will sometimes make stupid decisions getting to an appointment or just getting out of the morass, thus causing an accident which impedes more people for longer. Congestion is dangerous, especially if you are the one in an ambulance which is attempting to navigate the impossible. One aspect of those Chinese communists' advice 50 years ago is that they were probably healthier, and America can aspire to as much with a multimodal aspect of this project. The open space owned by the city of Fredericksburg is a huge recreational asset, about 4,200 acres, which can be made more accessible by this project. Therefore, it is not a loss of a small part of the conservation easement, but the gaining of access, which will build a constituency for the nurturing care of thousands of acres along the river by people who will have enough.
Did well.
Thank you. That was, yeah. All right.
Be good.
Okay, my name is Bill Mix, 2002 college adult.
Have to read that. It's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's okay.
And here, that is all about it.
We read Mr. Brito's letter came in after the comments period had closed, but since he took the time to send it, and can we read that one too?
It's attached to the agenda. Do you want to just take my copy?
No. Necessary.
It's, for members, it's the last page on your agenda.
From Joe Brito. I'm Joe Brito, and I represent over 5,300 people that have signed a petition in support of the river crossing. Our region has a weak transportation grid and is lacking alternate routes. Having just 2 main north to south compared to 10 east to west roads concentrates in traffic on the east to west roads near those intersections. What's needed is to diffuse the concentrated traffic with another north-south alternate route. The Stafford Comprehensive Plan proposes linking 5 existing roads together to form a new road with a trail on the west side of I-95 starting from Garrisonville Road going south across the river, crossing rivers. The transportation and trail grid system together with 5 existing roads to form a city grid system will connect to 18 roads, creating a combination of nearly 100 alternate routes for our region. Traffic will naturally flow to alternate routes to avoid the most congested areas of Route 3, Route 17, Route 630, Route 1, and the Fallen intersection. Connecting the population centers to the destination, recreation, medical, and work centers with the shortest possible routes is smart planning. Will provide a high time savings factor. The study and survey results are now completely full, showing the river crossing with the Western network of Stafford will reduce traffic regionally by 20% under extremely congested conditions. The most congested areas of Route 1, the Falmouth intersection, Route 17, Stafford, Route 630, Hospital Center Boulevard, Trustlaw Road, Route 3 near the interchange at Fall Hill Avenue will have significant reductions in congestion in 2050. The study also shows shorter alternate routes, high time, safety factors, significant reductions in miles driven and ambulance transit time. Shorter alternate routes will get us out of gridlock by giving us a choice to avoid the most congested areas. Shorter trips and time savings will get cars off the road quicker, reducing air pollution significantly. Maximizing the use of over $100 million of underutilized infrastructure gives us more bang for the buck to get us out of gridlock, improving fire and rescue and transport times in many parts of Stafford to avoid the Falmouth intersection can't be overstated. Building a road with a trail network that can utilize as the East Coast Greenway Trail will promote tourism and economic development. The trail keeps up with the future demand of electric bikes, scooters, and wheelchairs. Building the road and trail network in conjunction with the Fred bus service so as they complement and enhance each other checks off 2 FAMPO goals. Goal number 5, plan for and establish a multimodal transport system that supports the economic vitality of the region. 6, provide multimodal transportation options that enhance the quality of life and improve mobility for vulnerable groups such as minority, low-income seniors, and limited mobility groups. Thank you for your support of the river crossing.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Lang. And that concludes the public involvement. We're on to item 6A now, the resolution to adopt the study. Do I have a motion?
No motion.
Oh, go ahead. In your district, go ahead.
Mr. Higgs,
Some
Do we have a second?
I can't.
Different jurisdiction.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Yakubowski.
Yes, just one comment. I hope that the policy committee remembers the commitment that they made to at least studying the CTAC alternate that they had forward for. And I hope that that is on the next agenda so that we can move that forward. Granted, it won't be parallel with what is moving right now, but it is another alternate that we do need to look at. I hope that this vote will then just be more money to create more river crossings.
Okay.
I concur with Mr. Yakubowski. Need to look at that CTAC recommended option further, but tonight I'm gonna vote the way my city council. But I think that's a very good point of your reply.
Thank you.
I wonder, yeah, please.
I concur.
Okay, I think that, yes, I just want to remind everyone that we're just adopting this study, right? Moving forward, we have NEPA and all those other things, so there's gonna be lots of opportunities, hopefully, to wrap in consideration of those alternate or additional routes too, and I think absolutely we should support that. Supervisor Bunky.
Thank you. So we're not voting on this tonight, but how are we planning to find the money for the NEPA study? Because if I remember, it's not in this.
We voted in October, right?
October.
To request that the FAMPO staff pursue a federal build grant, which is
Right.
to $25 million with no local match. So I
But
think
if we
that's
don't get that, what's our backstop?
The next option would possibly be a smart scale application. We would probably break it into a phase 1 and a phase 2, because the bigger your smart scale application is, the less likely you are to get it funded, because smart scale looks at the merits of the thing and then they divide it by the cost. So it's a heavy lift. However, for those of you who are around when the 2 I-95 bridges were done, the northbound option was not initially supported by the state, and FAMPO wrote and went to meetings with the C2B and asked that even though the northbound option scored very low in smart scale, that the state adopted it as one of their preferred CTB projects, which they then did. So in a scenario like that, if the CTB decides it's important enough to have local traffic not having to get onto the I-95 just to get across the river, they may support that. It's harder than the federal grant, so that is the second option. The third option is we would have to talk to the jurisdictions about bonds to pay for it. And then there are other grants. There's a cascading list of opportunities, and we pursue whatever you tell us to pursue.
So I just wanted to ask that question so everybody's aware of what it's going to look like moving forward, especially if the bill grant doesn't come in, because that's pretty significant. And then also I just wanted to mention that I do concur with Supervisor Yakubowski's comments regarding the CTAC, and that does need to be examined. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I just want to, again, just remind everybody that our board did vote that our votes would be no on this, but I want just to make sure that you all remembered that from last time. But I understand that we have to kind of move forward, but so I'll not be supporting this, but wanted you all to understand that.
Councilor Holmes.
Next conversation, I know, I also support Supervisor Yakubowski's, just let's look at all the options again, but I think what I had to do in coming to my decision was to go way back to when we were talking about what happens if we don't do anything. And so for me, it's kind of like we need to move forward with this, because otherwise we're in gridlock. And for me, it's also a safety issue. If there's some kind of natural or other kind of disaster getting from Stafford south or from here north, it just seems to me that we need those options. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts in a brief format. We have a vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Okay. Any abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay. The motion passes. Can't do the counting in my head, but it passes. I'm going to say it passes. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Then our next item is just to adjourn and get out of the room. Remind you all that we're going to meet again in January in the new year. One more thank you for the grand, what's it called? The encore of Supervisor Bumpy and Councilor Sherlock for coming back after we stopped celebrating.
Beach.
And I will see everybody else in the new year.
All right. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Is there cake?
Where's the cake?
Talk about that cake last week.